Well, after a week off, it's Tuesday. We're back at it, and you know what that means. It is IndyCar night on iRacing. Hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gatso, and welcome to P1 Broadcasting signature presentation of Round 1, Week 1 of Season 2 of 2026 of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, coming to you from Homestead, Miami Speedway on this very high strength of field St. Patrick's Day, where we're waving the green car myth and inviting anybody with the color green into the lineup to race green, and hopefully it's green all race long. For 75 laps is a 5.621 strength of field here tonight. That is one of the largest we've ever had here on the Tuesday broadcast. As always, joining me in the booth is Justin Peschauer. Justin, before we get to you, we want to introduce Luis Gonzalez-Nunez. Luis, let's start off the bat. We are starting at 0 on the points. Everybody's even, but with a big 5.6 strength of field, this is going to be a big points race. Everybody's here.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be over the 400 something points in the championship. Kawesi won the race yesterday, the first one, but Checo Oster won the second one, 4.1 on Monday night, at 10 something p.m. So these are the big points, and we really put every Tuesday night is the day when everyone, if you want to fight for the championship, it's the day you have to be over here. So I hope we will have a green race and good race for everyone here.
Justin, we're back at it again after a week off. Everyone starts at 0. As they always say, hope springs eternal in the first race of the season.
And ironic that it's also essentially what we're going to be calling here on the West Coast the first week of spring, because it's hot, not just on track temperature-wise, but it's also hot where I'm at on the West Coast of the U.S. It is going to it's going to be a scorcher both on track and in real life. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. But I'm looking forward to it. Homestead's always put on a damn good race. And I think we're in for one hell of a show here, because look at this field. It is stacked. Gary, tell them before I go into the grid, tell them what the strength of field
The 56-21, 56-21. We have not had a 56 strength of field. I think in terms of a stream that I've done a bigger IIS stream one time. I think it was a 5.6 there as well, but I don't think we've ever achieved more than a 5.4 on at least 2 occasions that I can see documented in my notes here on the Oval Series. So this is a huge strength of field, and when we start going through the starting lineup, Justin, and you can kick it off right now, you'll see why we're at a 5.6.
Well, starting on pole, it is none other than the king himself, Robert Malechka, RN3. Starting next to him, it is the deer herself, Anna Klimek. Third, Caleb Brashear. Fourth, good to see him back on the grid again after God who knows how long, Adam Blocker. Rounding out the top 5, it is Hamilton Agabwezi. Sixth, it is Jason Brophy. Seventh, Jacob Oster. Eighth, it is Tristan Fortson. Ninth, it is Guillermo Miguel. And rounding out the top 10, it is Alexander. 11th, it is Mason Mitchum. 12th, Brian Campbell. 13th, the prodigy Indy Kirkenbauer. 14th, it is Logan Edwards. 15th, old and slow himself, Mark Murphy. 16th, not a good qualifying run, but we know he is the closer. We've seen him pull it off before in these races here at Homestead Miami Speedway. It is Clendy, Kyle Clenworth. 17th, it is Ty Kila. 18th, it is Casey Popolonis. 19th, Matt Taylor. 20th, Andre Castro. 21st, Elijah Gilson. 22nd, John Stellard. And rounding up the 23-car stacked field, it is Trace Shadid. That is your 23-car field here for 75 laps around the 1.5-mile Homestead Miami Speedway.
Getting into formation down the backstretch. Here are your last-minute weather updates. Whew. Lewis, 127 degrees on that track temperature. It is scorching out there. It's not quite Atlanta hot, but let's just say it's darn hot.
Something we need over here, actually. We need some hot over here in this part of the world. But yeah, it's super hot, and it's gonna be difficult, especially in the exit on turn 2 when the car is loose after a couple laps. So be careful of that.
79 degrees ambient air temperature, 44% humidity, 128 on the track temp. What do you say? Let's go and kick off the brand new season for the Indy Oval Fix. Here we go at Homestead Miami Speedway, and a good start by Robert Molesco as they head off towards turn number 1.
We're green on St. Patrick's Day, clear through 1 and 2, rocketing down the backstretch, and anybody in this lineup has a shot at the win tonight.
That hybrid is definitely going to be coming into play here, but they will also have at least a few things they can use to help with the handling of their cars over the course of the run. 3 wide in the middle of the back there as they come off of turn 2. Turn 4, correction, 3 wide again right there near the front of the pack. They back down a bit better. Still 3 wide again.
4 wide through 1 and 2. Gilson up into the gray coming off the quarter. Clindy was involved there in the Krispy Kreme. The Votive guys came with the theme. They've all used the base green livery with a different paint.
One car bounced off the wall just a little bit there, got super glued into the wall. It was Jason Brophy in the middle of 3 and 4. He somehow makes a good recovery there, but he is losing a little bit of ground now as that dirty air is getting thrown on him from Jacob Oster as they come out turn 2 down the back straightaway towards turn 3. Brophy now down to the bottom of the speedway. He's under attack from Tristan Fortson. Fortson with that run on the high side there, using that draft from Hamilton Akaboise as they go up into turn number 1. Tristan Fortson goes back up towards right about the third group there as they go through 1 and 2. Brophy's still trying to find a way to get that momentum back, but here comes Tristan Fortson on Hamilton Akaboise as they go into turn 3. A couple of cars moving and dancing around in the middle behind them as they go through 3 and 4.
Back up to the front, it is Robert Malechka leading the point at lap 5 of 75. Caleb Brashear is in second. And if that is a new paint job for Caleb Brashear, you're detecting that is true. He is one of the new Team I5G signees here recently. So he is riding that new partnership to P2. Anna Klimek falls back to P3. Jacob Oster, the former I5G driver, now with another squad. He's in P4, and now his new teammate, Adam Blocker, he is in P5. That is your top 5 to start this race off as we are kind of getting now in the single file. There we see a little bit of a run by Brian Campbell to the inside over Guillermo Miguel in the Team Marlboro Team Penske livery.
Good run by Brian Campbell there, but he's going to get crossed over here by Guillermo Miguel. Still holding position there for Brian Campbell, but here comes Guillermo Miguel with that run, washes up just a little bit there. You also have to remember this is a variable banking. You got 20 degrees on the bottom, 22 in the middle, and 24 on the top.
Progressive, yes. Last time we were here, round 2, week 2, a season ago, a 47.70 strength of field. Clindy beat Anna Klimek by 7 thousandths of a second. That was also featured on the iRacing Instagram account. That's how close that race was. Should we see another one of those finishes today? There's Clindy to the inside of Guillermo Miguel as they drag race down the backstretch. Clindy trying a little bit of the draft from Brian Campbell, his teammate. Now Campbell gives the dirty air to Miguel.
I have to correct myself on something. It's 18 on the bottom, 19 in the middle, and 20 degrees on the top for the variable banking.
There you go.
I was thinking of another track that used to have variable banking, but they took it out, and it's not Texas. It's another track that I don't think is even around anymore.
Hey, Lewis, let's talk about this track real quick. I like to say this track's had more facelifts than a Kardashian. It originally started out as a square, kind of a mini Indianapolis, but it is now a mile and a half paperclip, so to speak. But it's each side of the track doesn't behave the same. Each side of the track is kind of unique in its own right.
Yeah, you see for the outside, the track is like equal. It's like everything is the same. But when you go inside, 3 and 4 is not the same. It's like a more banking, and the wall is kind of close to you. And 1 and 2 is like no really normal. That's what you're feeling inside the track, the car, and also it's loose on the exit on the turn 2. So I think for me the fast line is the 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 is just maintain your lane and try to defend the position.
Campbell and Brophy as Seb Alexander now falls back a couple of positions. Campbell to the inside of Brophy. Former Elite Series champion up on the high side, Brian Campbell. One of the fastest non-team power slide team hype qualifiers in the PRI Hoosier 500. In fact, he had the second fastest lap in all of qualifying for that race back in December. Lindy to the inside of Seb Alexander again. Two guys that fought for the season championship 2 seasons ago. Those are your last 2 Oval Series champions right there. Last season and the previous season. Clindy and Seb Alexander. Hey, if you enjoy P1's coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to ring the bell so you miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. Campbell, Brophy again. This time Campbell to the inside. He will clear Brophy. Almost said he will kill Brophy. He will clear Brophy, and he gets the position. Although Brophy's got to feel like a kill right now. He's like, come on, man. I've fallen 3 positions to start this race. This is not a standard Jason Brophy race. A little bit further up, Hamilton Akabueezy taking a look to the inside of Tristan Fortson.
Good catch on your words there. Starting to see a few of these guys get into single file formation. Probably having the engine map down on map 5 as they get down the straightaways here, both the front and back. Brophy almost washed up just a little bit again into that outside retaining wall in turns 3 and 4. I would liken turns 3 and 4 here at Homestead Miami Speedway in terms of the way the bottom groove angles out. It's almost like Milwaukee in turns 3 and 4 as well, where you almost have to diamond cut the corner to try and get a little bit more runoff of the corner.
And we'll see later in this run. It used to be with these cars, and now we have more horsepower. We should be faster through qualifications than we have here in the past. But we should see the low side off of turn 2. Normally gets a little loose. So we'll see if that comes back and revisits, especially with a hot, slick racetrack out here. Moving to another battle on the racetrack. Still that battle between Fortson and Hamilton.
Yeah, still side by side there. He's got that run up on the high side. Fortson looks to get more momentum as they come up to turn 2.
There's that low side looseness that I talked about, and it might be an issue.
Yeah, a ton of oversteer there for Hamilton Akabueezy as he came off of turn 2. That allowed Tristan Fortson, who maintained that momentum on the high side as he came off of 2, to just blow on by him to try and make a charge at Adam Blocker. Still Tristan Fortson up on that high side, but Hamilton Akabueezy is learning from his mistakes.
And it's the same thing. Same thing again for Tristan Fortson. He goes to the inside wall and makes contact with the inside retaining barrier, and he is going to get a tow, but that's going to bring out our first caution. Almost identical to what we saw just a couple of laps ago, guys.
Can I just say he probably got blue shelled by Hamilton Akabueezy?
Wow. And he tried to lock it up before he got to that inside retaining barrier, but just was unable to woe the car up and made contact and destroyed one of the corner wishbones, and that is day done for Tristan Fortson. Winner in the vote of Indy Oval Series a couple of seasons ago at Michigan, still looking for a big top split win and looking for it again, at least for another week here at Homestead as he brings out our first caution of the day. We'll watch this again. We're going back about 20 seconds. He goes to the top of the racetrack, and the car just kept turning on him. Lewis, I don't know what was going on. It's just too much weight jacker, maybe. Didn't readjust it when he got the clean air. Hot racetrack. What do you take of that?
I assuming he track or he went to the in between 2 lines. So between it's 3 lines measured in the track. So for sure it's 2 lines. The cars can going. But he went to in the pavement or in the track. You can see a black line.
Yeah.
And that black line, he went to the middle one.
So
Yeah.
going back to, and I'll transfer over you on this one, Justin. Did it look like maybe a situation where he grabbed two portions of the progressive banking and that's what loosened the car up?
He grabbed the seams where the where the sealer is to keep the track from completely splitting up, a la Kentucky 2015.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the variable banking as well as the seams, especially on this hot, slick surface, you definitely want to be careful. Let's just say that. Also, before we forget, programming note: the iRacing IndyCar Series returns this Saturday for the first time ever in the long-awaited debut on the streets of St. Petersburg, Florida. That will be at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, only on P1 Broadcasting, your home for IndyCar racing on iRacing, because at P1, we know what Indy means.
Looking forward to St. Pete. St. Pete made a little bit of a debut on Monday night with a doubleheader, a debut doubleheader with the NXT Series with Race 2, the Open Series with Race 1. So some of these drivers already got some live fire time on the range at St. Pete. Here is your schedule. I can find it. There it is. Your schedule for this season. Courtesy of Luis Gonzalez Nunez on the graphics. Homestead, Miami, then Richmond at night. Pocono, Lost Wages. Then we go to Iowa, Kentucky, Charlotte, and then we finally get into our next crown jewel at Indianapolis. Then we get Nashville Superspeedway, Kansas, Worldwide Technology Raceway. We're going to wrap up at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana in June. That is your Season 2 Indy fixed oval schedule.
But of course, I will not be available for at least 2 of those broadcasts because I'll be on my way to and from the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indianapolis 500.
We got you covered. We got you covered. Getting ready to go green this time by at lap 22 of 75. Staying out and going for some track position, not coming to pit road at all. Trey Shadid, we'll see how long that lasts with Robert Malechka behind him with fresh tires. Here we go, green flag into 1. It's Shadid, Malechka, Oster, Brashear, and Klimek.
Oh, Hamilton Eckeboys, they got caught sleeping just a tad bit, but look at this. Look at now. Here comes Adam Blocker. Oh, I think I saw somebody bounce off the wall again. That was broken again off of turn 2. Just barely made contact with the wall. He's under attack now from Seb Alexander as well as Indy Kirkenbauer.
I thought Seb was going to come up, Lewis, and give him the old Brazilian clear, but he didn't.
Yeah, actually, it wasn't really close to that, but take it easy. We still have a lot to go, and to be honest, they need to come into maybe the final stop. They 50 to go. They maybe they can need to one more.
Key pass, Oster around Malechka.
Oster is just doing everything he can to try and run away to catch Trey Shadid, but I don't know if he's got enough clean air to try and get up there. The hybrid is definitely going to help here down the straightaways, but you have to almost completely recharge it going through the corners, and that slows your speed down a good amount.
Look at this battle. This is Campbell to the outside of Adam Blocker. We got a Cabo Easy back there. Here comes Clindy, our defending series champion, to the inside. Oh, he gets sliced by Blocker.
Oh, man. I've heard a slam in the door, but oh, man. Oh,
3 wide into the corner. Each one on their own piece of progressive banking. That is Klimek. That is Caleb Brashear and Brian Campbell on the red car. Klimek in the deer spotted car, and Caleb Brashear in the blue and white camo car.
Campbell's just threw it in there going into turn 1, but now look at this, another heated battle here as Adam Blocker tried to get a run on Anna Klimek, and not going to be enough. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Kyle Clinworth and Adam Blocker through 1 and 2 there. Down the back straightaway, no harm, no foul.
Hey, Lewis, let's go up to the front. Trace Shadid has pulled out to a 9/10 of a second lead over Jacob Oster. Is Jacob... well, let's talk about really. I mean, are the older tires stats still good on these cars at this point? I got to think not. I also got to think that Jacob is kind of just letting them go because Jacob knows that Trace needs to come to the pit road at some point.
Yeah, at some point that you don't have to push that hard because I think you need to come into the pit. But if the yellow flag is coming out, it's gonna be a good for Shadid in the front. But he's very far on the front. Maybe he's saving fuel a little bit. Maybe Oster, they see something we don't know. Who knows, man? But he's almost getting close. Oster on the wall. Jesus. Yeah. So it is just the battle is in between the Maleska and Campbell, Brashear over there, and also Blocker. Oh, this train is in the back for one position, but these two guys on the front, they pretty quiet. Racing around.
Still a heated battle here in the sixth between
we're watching
7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Hamilton, Akabuese, Indy Kirkenbauer, Anna Klemek, and Kyle Klenworth. They are just throwing haymakers at each other, going through all four corners here. And Indy Kirkenbauer just trying to find a way to maintain that momentum he's got. And he's got it right here, but he thinks better of it. He stays behind Anna Klemek. But he will go to the high side. He's got that momentum. He's going to try and use it to his advantage, though. Even though he's probably regenerating that high. He almost gets up on the wall there, but he will clear Anna Klemek. He will get that position away, and now his next target is Kyle Klenworth. But Klenworth sees what he's doing, and he throws dirty air on that front wing now as they come off of turn 4.
And he crosses up, and he goes underneath Blocker to the inside. Here's a battle of two behemoths right here. But right in front of Clindy, dirty air from Caleb Brashear, and that's going to stall Clindy's run a little bit. Now here comes Adam Blocker, who gets the run. He goes to the inside, and he will clear Caleb Brashear. And now Clindy will reassess the best way through this little roadblock ahead of him, but right behind him, side by side, the prodigy Kirkenbauer and Anna Klemek, our Open Series champion from a season ago, side by side in the 1.
I have to put this a note. In 136 Fahrenheit on the track now, with 42 to go.
It is scorching. It is scorching out there. We expect Trace Shadid to come to pit road in about 10 laps or so from now. Even with that little bit of caution that he had, that should get him closer to actually maybe about 50 laps. So about another 15 laps from now, give or take. But he will definitely have to come to pit road. And the way you come to pit road on this configuration of this racetrack and the rule set that we're using today is you must enter off of turn 3. So this is going to be a very timely and costly pit road visit for him if he comes under green.
Yeah,
it is a gamble, huh?
Yeah,
I think it's a good gamble. What if with this kind of hot track, somebody make a mistake? It could be win the lottery with that yellow flag. So he's still on the front, and he needs to die with his strategy. That's the thing.
He's made his bed. Now he needs to sleep in it, so to speak. If you enjoy P1's coverage of the iRacing IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split and respect the stream and my bad speech tonight, please do us a solid. Support us by donating to the broadcast if you're unable to support us by subscribing. But, of course, the next best thing you do is just subscribe anyways. That's the best way to do. While you're at it, don't forget to smash like to help the algorithm, to help other IndyCar fans find us, and click the bell so don't miss it on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. Kirkenbauer and Klemek still side by side. They have been each other's shadow since this restart.
Yeah, they've been mirroring each other, so to say. As Kirkenbauer, he's trying to... He wants to try and get around Adam Blocker, but Blocker, the veteran that he is, he knows exactly what some of the newcomers are doing here, especially with the prodigy Indy Kirkenbauer. Kirkenbauer loses that position to Anna Klemek, slots back in behind her as they go down the back straightaway. He's going to try and find at least more clean air, but he has to be very, very careful, even if he wants to try and run the Kyle Larson line. to the point that he does not hit the wall. Or at
Teammates
least
side
touch
by
it.
side down the front stretch at the start-finish line, and it looks like they wisely just let each other slide on by. Clindy gets a position over Brian Campbell. Hey, I want to talk about that. The Indy Kirkenbauer following Adam Blocker bit, Lewis. I know when you raced, often you were up against some other big names in the community. Chris Demerit, you talk about all the time. Henry Bennett. How much, when you were behind those two, how much were you? It was class in session for you. How much were you learning from those guys when you were following them?
You know what? Well, in that time we had only one day, and that's the day on Monday at the first race. We only have maybe 25 or 40 minutes to practice, and the understanding about the track is about the race after that. So I remember one in Atlanta. Everyone used different lines, and Demerit used the high line close to the wall, and he won the race and 10th position. I think he was the worst qualifying. I started on third or something like that, and he did something unexpected. And then we learned about I think that was the line. Unfortunately, at that time, after that race, the iRacing or the SOF or the certain field, the whole entire week is gone. So. The point of championship is in that race. So, but yeah, every day you learn something, especially if you be on the back of that, like for example, is Andy behind Anna or Anna behind Adam, and every day is a learn, and that's the good thing when you're coming here, especially in this big straight field we have today, when you're learning more about yesterday.
Yeah, classes in session. When you're following Adam Blocker, a literal pro, he works for a race team, and he has a pro license and participated in the Pro Series. I mean, the best thing to do if you're not beating the guy is you are taking notes from the guy as he kind of shows you what he knows right in front of you, as he is right now holding off Anna Klimek and Indy Kirkenbauer, and this is a battle for 7th, 8th, and 9th on the racetrack. Justin, look at this temperature on these tires right now. I bet that these things are really screaming as Caleb Brashear way up in the gray.
Yes. At least we're not going to get close to where we were a couple years ago at Atlanta Daytona, where it was like 140 plus track temperature.
Man. That's a lot.
Yeah, everybody was fighting for grip. That was a wild time. That was a wild time.
Well, Lewis, if we finish the race right now, probably the winner of your Luis Gonzalez Nunez Driver of the Race Award is probably going to go to Clindy, up 12 spots. But he is keeping Robert Malechka very honest right now.
Yeah, it's going to be the driver of the day because, like I just said, 12 spots is a lot for Clindy, to be honest, especially in this condition track. Really, I heard people say chapeau when you take it off your hat and said, nice job for that, and it's very difficult. But so far, it's Ray Shadid with 22, because if he can win, maybe, we don't know yet. I want to what they do for knock the wood for him. Could be the big different, or actually big win for him for 22 spot on the front. But I think the condition on the track is really difficult, to be honest, and gain 12 spots, like I just said, for Clindy is a really good job for him.
Getting ready to come to 25 to go. Only the one caution, which happened a little earlier, a single car incident off of turn 2. If you're just joining us, this is P1's coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, coming to you from Homestead Miami Speedway. We've completed now, coming to 50 of 75 laps. If you're enjoying the coverage of tonight's race and like to monetarily support us, please find the link to our GoFundMe campaign in the stream description. Also, you can find it pinned in chat. We do realize times are tough, so any donation, no matter the amount, is greatly appreciated. Trey Shadid, we expect him to come to pit road anytime, Justin.
Anytime now. Anytime.
Anytime.
I'm back looking at this battle between 6th and 5th here between Caleb Brashear and Brian Campbell. These two are just in the middle of a heavy dogfight going essentially all around the track. Blocker is just going, okay, guys, settle down. Settle down because I want to get by here. Caleb Brashear now slots back in behind. Brian Campbell's going down the back straightaway here. Adam Blocker's got that run, but he thinks better of it. Goes to the high side. Maintains that run on the outside with that clean air for now. But here comes Caleb Brashear washing up, and I believe that was Tracy Did that I just saw pull off the pit road. Yes, that was him. So leader on pit road.
Costly pit stop, but it was worth a gamble, Lewis. You talked about it. He just, we're not in Vegas yet, but he rolled the dice and just didn't work out in his favor this time.
Well, yeah, that's unfortunate for him, and that's a painful because he's gonna lose a lap now. Yeah, that's the lap for he's gonna lose, and now fingers crossed. If the yellow flag is coming and maybe in 10 more laps, for sure they're gonna come into the pit, I guess, and he can maybe regain the lap back, but. Lap down in this sprint race. I said sprint race because it's 75 laps. It's like difficult race.
Very, very difficult to try and get that lap back, especially with how everybody is just essentially racing clean here. But like you said, Gary, only that one caution early on in the race when one car essentially got loose coming off of turn 2 there. Nothing more you could do, especially with these hot track temps here in South Florida. You'll say goes no shocker there. The only thing that's missing, though, Florida Man is not on track.
Here's an ironic battle of liveries right here. A Marlboro Team Penske livery up against Will Power's current livery. This is the battle for 12th behind, for 11th. Andre Castro and Guillermo Miguel. Andre Castro in the Will Power Andretti livery. I'll
see some of the.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to say. I'll give Andre some credit here. Normally he's in that Formula One Visa livery. Thank you for picking an IndyCar livery.
Hey, at least it's not the MasterCard Lola scheme.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. Awful. Ty Quilla just slicing Jason Brophy going into turn 3 and 4. Here comes Mark Murphy to the low side.
Oh, such a good battle here between Ty Kilo, Jason Brophy, and Mark Murphy. Oh, 3 wide as it going through.
Oh, no. Hold your line, fellas. Oh. The hole in that needle was getting smaller and smaller as that corner went on. And now this side, Brophy decides, I'm going to go to the high side. I'm going to give everyone a little bit more room and get a big run down the backstretch. Povolonis to the inside.
Jason Brophy with the run on Mark Murphy now as they go into turn 1. Ty Killa down to the bottom of the speedway. Mark Murphy up in the 3rd groove there. Brophy now slots in right behind as he was running that middle groove there, but that allows Casey Povolonis to get that run going into turn 3. Brophy back to the high side. Murphy throws the dirty air on
Brophy in the wall.
Just again.
Brophy is having this is not a typical race, Lewis, for Brophy. Down 9 spots. I don't know, maybe he's damaged from smacking the wall earlier in the race, but it's just not the normal Brophy performance that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, sometimes the performance you have at the first 10 it's way better, and then when you come into the pit, put a new fuel and refuel, and then new tires, the performance is going down. And that is really, really weird to see him very down on the standing.
Brian Campbell, it's the Campbell soup car, and apparently he needs a little bread because he's slicing it very narrowly in front of this group of cars. It's Klimek, Kirkenbauer, and Akabuizi all in this group, and he went from the top side to the bottom side like he was a ninja.
Lindy. Side with Oster.
Lindy has now caught Oster. Now, we've just missed the pass for the lead as we were watching some other battles in the front, so my apologies. Malechka now around Oster as Oster has come back to Malechka.
Guys, don't look now, but look who's right behind. Kyle Glenworth. It is Adam Blocker. The top 4 have essentially pulled away from 5th place, but here comes Anna Klimek to the inside of Brian Campbell as they go through 1 and 2. Campbell running that very high line as they were going through 1 and 2. That allows Hamilton and Caboese to try and slot in front of Indy Kirkenbauer. Kirkenbauer will have none of it. Kirkenbauer still to the high side there, following Brian Campbell, up on that high side, but that allows Hamilton and Caboese to get that run coming off of turn 4, going into turn 1. Indy Kirkenbauer will not give up the fight here as he tries to make it 3 wide, thinks better of it, and will slot back in behind Brian Campbell as they come off turn 2 down the back straightaway.
You got the camera on that one in the background there a little bit. I was trying to see if we can get the battle to get that pass that happened with Robert Malechka going over Oster again. I'll see if I can dig that up here.
I see Glendy and Adam Blocker. Like a... Glendy decided in the last moment to come into the first line. And Adam Blocker is like, oops, okay.
Okay.
Whoa! And he almost got the wing taken off of him from Jacob Oster.
We get back to battle on that one. We've just missed the pass for the lead, but it's between teammates, so you know there was very little drama there. And you know the prime directive of racing your teammate, thou shalt not wreck your teammate. Here to the inside, Clindy Blocker with a late fade, goes to the middle.
He gave him the old Pruitt fade.
And now they're all back in line. Here goes Clindy again to the inside. Clindy, that very early dive into the corner. Getting underneath, going to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get a run, but you lose a lot of momentum down there. High momentum on the high side. Here goes Blocker to the inside of Oster. This is a battle for second, and he clears him. Move Oster back to third. Caution on the racetrack, and oh no, it is the Willpower livery.
Oh, he lose in the same corner, man.
Yep, just got oversteer off of turn 2 and pow right into the inside retaining wall. Nose first.
You know what is painful? When you put all the brake on the car and the car is not braking, and it goes to the wall anyways.
And we'll watch this about 20 seconds before it happened here. This just tells you how out of the blue. I mean, you're in a 75 lap race. You're taking this corner the same pretty much all race long. Now he has Ty Quilla to his inside. Ty's doing nothing here. He's just going for position. But you see on the high side that Castro has the momentum and probably hasn't readjusted his tools from a lap or so ago, and right around. And next thing he's looking at is the inside retaining barrier, locking up those tires. He does get off the brakes to try to get the car to turn. It will not turn on him. And then he makes contact.
Yeah, noses it not once but twice.
Uh-oh. Robert Malechka stays out. Everybody else, for the most part, comes in. There are some guys staying out for track position. They are jockeying at the start-finish line. I don't think a lot of people were paying attention to what was in front of them. They were trying not to pass people to get that caution, which happens here quite a bit, passing people under caution.
I had to catch my breath there after seeing all that shenaniganry there on the front stretch. That was a little too close.
Something about the baseball?
Do we have a baseball update?
Yeah, 1-0 Venezuela up.
Oh.
Yeah, in the third, down in the third.
The one we're under, here it is. This lap to 56. This is when Robert Malechka got the pass on Jacob Oster. And we'll go back and watch that. And Robert just reels him in on the front stretch, which kind of, yeah, that's a little easy. I just think that maybe Jacob just like, okay, you got the run on me, go right ahead. Yeah, and he gets right back in line. So that's a by the book. That's a by-the-book teammate.
Yeah, sometimes when you have a better performance, you have a better run, it's like, you know what? In between, we fight each other and all these groups coming back. Let me pass, and we can push together. and that's we used to do it in the with the Nike team when I play with running. Sorry, with the PDF Pablo. And that's like you know what? Just go ahead. I cannot stop you. So my performance with the car is not good. So go for it.
All right, let's reset the field real quick. Once again, if you're just joining us, you're watching P1's coverage of round 1 of 12 of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split coming to you from Homestead Miami Speedway. We're currently Robert Malechka leads, coming to green flag with will be 6 laps to go. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race. Hey, don't forget us by sending a donation our way either via a super chat or GoFundMe. Link is in the pinned in chat. It's also pinned in, or it's also in the description. It is Robert Malechka. He stayed out. Indy Kirkenbauer stayed out. Mark Murphy stayed out. Casey Povolonis stayed out. Jason Brophy stayed out. Logan Edwards stayed out. Stellard, Mitchum, and Oster. Oster's the first car in 9th spot to come to pit road for fresh tires. Here we go. Are the fresh tires going to matter? Is all this track position going to matter? We got to have 6 laps to go, and we're going to see a guy that we were talking about earlier in the race possibly taking notes and trying to learn. Indy Kirkenbauer to the outside. The prodigy over Robert Malechka. It is young versus, well, a little bit older, but still pretty young Robert Malechka down the front stretch as we're now with 5 to go.
Indy Kirkenbauer with the run on the high side there, using all that track to his advantage as they go down the straightaways, but finds the clean air going through the corners. Here he goes, mounting that charge again down the back straightaway. He's got the momentum, using that hybrid to his advantage as he goes to the high side in 3.
Wow, a little bit of a fade there from Robert.
It is coming out there. It's now in 5th position.
Remember, last time we were here, it was 7 thousandths of a second. Klindy over Anna Klimek. Can we see another one of those photo finishes? 4 to go here at Homestead. We're getting ready to come to the next time we go by the start-finish line. The next flag is pretty much going to end this race. It is Malechka, it is Kirkenbauer, it is Murph. Murph is up to 3rd, folks. Very quietly has worked his way there. Kirkenbauer now starts to fall behind. Oster to the inside of Povolonis. Oh, Murph slides to the bottom of the racetrack, slams the door on Oster, but still now we have a battle for 3rd.
And Oster to 10.2 miles per hour the last lap, the fastest lap.
Oster with that run on the high side there. Those fresh tires are absolutely coming into play. He's now passed. He's passed now Mark Murphy. He has Indy Kirkenbauer in his sights with only 2 to go as they go off into 1.
There's still time. Indy goes to the high side. He gives a little dirty air to Oster. Oster, a little kiss of the wall. That's okay to do on St. Patrick's Day. Kiss me if you're Irish. Here he goes to the inside. Oster's going to get the position. He still has time. A lap and a quarter to go for right here at Homestead for the checkered flag next time by. Here comes Malechka. White flag out. Jacob Oster with the fresh tires sending. Have we reached the point of no return when these tires are still faster? That time by, he was still faster as he's now got it down to about a second. Coming down the backstretch, but has he run out of time?
Oh, no.
Oh, and I think I hear contact in the back. That
Matt Taylor.
Taylor backwards into the wall off of turn 2 and turning for home. Robert Malechka jumps in for a 5.6K and he gets a big win. Oster comes home 2nd, the prodigy in 3rd, and a whole host of cars nose to tail bring home the top 5.
It's that, you know what? It's that contact between Brashear and Seb Alexander. Brashear break came Quilla and Taylor couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, Kilo was an innocent victim on that one.
What a victory for Malechka. To be honest, one more lap.
Yeah, it might have been a little different. He lifted a little bit at the start-finish line. Jacob got it within 0.2, so it was a lot closer than it really was when they were kind of full power down the backstretch. But Robert Malechka with the win. Jacob Oster in 2nd. Indy Kirkenbauer in 3rd. Adam Blocker 4th. Mark Murphy 5th. Klindy 6th. Casey Povolonis in 7th, Hamilton in 8th, Anna Klimek in 9th, and Logan Edwards in 10th. Also mentioned Logan I think got picked up by I5G as well. So Logan and Caleb on the new squad. Seb Alexander in 11th, Caleb there in 12th. Gilson up to 13th, Brophy back to 14th, Campbell back to 15th. Primetime John Stellard. Looks like he's with a team now. He's in 16th. Just a matter of time that he ended up with a team with the way that we've seen him finish. Mason Mitchum 17th. Jeremy Miguel 18th. Ty Quilla 19th. Matt Taylor, we saw backwards into the wall off of turn 2. He's in 20th. And Trace Shadid, Andre Castro, and Tristan Fortson. Andre and Tristan with those almost similar incidents off of turn 2 into the inside barrier.
I'm actually impressed at how Seb Alexander managed to save that car.
Fortunately, we won't get a chance to go back and look at it here as we're trying to get some replays queued up. We'll get Indy Kirkenbauer queued up here first because he will be coming into the booth first. I know exactly what question I'm going to ask him. Because today I think school was in session for the youngster. All right. And let's get into the interview room here. And there is Indy. We will bring him in right now. And joining us in the booth is Indy Kirkenbauer. Indy, we were talking about it in the stream. You're racing against truly some of the best today. It's one of the biggest strength of fields we've ever had. We know you're still fairly new to these cars. You're learning a lot. We obviously see you in other series like in Votive and Dark Horse. But you had to be taking some notes at some points in this race when you're behind Adam Blocker, Jacob Oster, Robert Malechka, some of the guys that made that Pro Series that they just concluded here a couple weeks ago, the Thrustmaster Pro Series. You had to be taking some notes out there, were you? And then how do you feel about your performance today coming home third with this star-studded event?
Yeah, it feels great to break the Great Wall of Power Slide. When you look at it, it's power slide, votive power slide. So that's cool. And yeah, that first run I screwed up my qualifying, was only able to qualify P13, and I knew what I did wrong, and I knew that I was gonna make it up in the race, and there I just slowly picked them off, rolling the bottom, and later in the run I found out how to do all lines because people kept going to the bottom, so I had to find the clean air. But yeah, it was just right when I got by Anna, I felt my tires starting to cook, and I just let her go, and I just hang back and save tires, and then there's that caution, and in the 6:15 Eastern slot, I won that race, which Rob was in because I stayed out and Rob pitted in a very similar scenario of that. So I just said I'm staying out and able to get P3. It's very good for points. I can't even imagine how many points I just got, but yeah, it was a fun race. It took me a little bit in the practice race to figure out this new update with you can't just like send it as much, which I initially didn't like until I just actually figured it out, and I'm like, okay, I understand this now. But
yeah, a little bit more,
yeah,
little bit more to it driving these cars now with the little extra horsepower and boost that they've given you. You got any shout outs for friends, family, sponsors? I know you got them, so go ahead and shout them out. I'm sure they're happy to hear from you.
Yeah, my go-kart sponsors are BGM and Associates. Make something on YouTube, Bayside Heating and Cooling, Taupe Soaps. Want to thank Votive Racing. We have a new member, John Stellard. And then want to thank just everyone who helped me out in this race. But yeah, just good job for everyone. Racing pretty clean, at least around me, and yeah, great. Thank you guys for putting the broadcast as well.
No problem, Indy. Congratulations. We'll undoubtedly see you in victory lane at some point in one of these races. Just like I said, in these league races, we see it just a matter of time. But third place today. Congrats. We'll see you at the next one when we go. I think we're going to Richmond next, so we'll see you there.
Heck yeah, I love short ovals, so I'll definitely be there.
That is Indy Kirkenbauer. Excited for the short oval. Before we bring in Jacob, here is the schedule once more. Yeah, we're going to Richmond. Actually, interesting the schedule, Lewis. So we get Richmond and Iowa, two racetracks that people say are a lot alike, but we're going to find out they're not a lot alike.
Yeah, Richmond night is really, really good, especially with this field. And Iowa is, people say that don't like it. People say it's like it. Some league said it's really difficult to race over there, but it's going to be really good to have these two tracks, especially next one, the Richmond. Going to be really excited to have it there.
Let's bring in Jacob Oster. Here he is. Green car. Normally drives a green car anyways, but no green car jinx at all for you. Coming home second. And frankly, if you would have talked your teammate into making this maybe an 80-lap race or something like that, you might have had time to reel him in there at the bitter end with those new tires, but just ran out of time.
Yeah, no, we were just talking about that. If I had like 3 more laps, I would have been covered. No biggie. But the problem was, if it's 80 laps, none of us do the fuel save, because that was the biggest deal. Like, I was bouncing back and forth each lap, and that's why Rob caught me so much. And then I had to fend off Quinworth and also Adam at some point, and just kind of let them go as I had to save enough fuel. Like, I was maybe going to make it, but the caution was a big boost.
Well, let's talk about you saving. When we saw you come out ahead, or actually you passed Robert at one point on the racetrack, and then it was Trace stayed out, and then he kind of took off, and we kind of were expecting you to probably be saving back there, knowing that you really didn't have to race Trace, knowing that Trace, if you stayed green, he would have to come to pit road. Was it just not possible to save that much fuel because he pulled away so much, or it just really wasn't in the cards at all unless you had to do a massive fuel save without that caution there at the end?
Yeah, it was quite tricky with the gap. I had planned when I passed Rob to pull up the Trace, but Trace had already pulled so much of a gap. Because I let Rob come into the line about a straightaway before. So if I had passed him there, maybe I could have got latched on the Trace and made my fuel save a little easier, like front loaded it when the tires are still good. But I was just managing tire and fuel at the same time, while also trying to keep a constant pace and just watching the Cap's fuel gauge go back and forth from good to bad. It was like 0.3 of a liter either way each lap, depends on how much throttle I was putting in. Like 0.02 of a liter a lap difference was making that much change. Towards the end of the race. So it's just kind of what it was, and I was going to make it. It's just going to be tricky to manage it all at the end. Just had to keep my tires on me and maybe push for one lap.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. Anyone want to say hi to before we let you go?
Well, thank you guys for putting this on. It's I hope to run a lot of these races this season, considering the pro's over and I finally have some time to run iRacing how it's intended to. So you'll see me around a lot of these weeks. So hopefully the broadcast races are good ones. This is a great SOF. This is the highest we've ever had. So that's
huge.
Really awesome.
Yeah, very huge. And thank you guys for being here. We really do appreciate you. Go ahead. You got any more shout outs?
Yeah, just everyone at Power Slide Private Team Hub. It's been a good transition for me over the last couple weeks. Just kind of getting settled in, going for pro, and now just on the rest of it as we gear up for Indy in a couple weeks, which will be interesting with the new changes.
All right. Well, Jacob, congratulations on the P2. Hope to see you more later this season. Maybe we see a Jacob Oster Oval Series Championship in the offering if you keep this up. But we'll see at the next race. Until
if that other
it...
guy is around, I don't. It's kind of hard. We're already in normal positions in the
One of these days, you got to beat Rob. We know you got to beat Rob.
You saw what happened. It's a Rob Malechka, Jacob Oster 1-2. Nothing changed.
I know, but we need it to be the other way around.
I'll take that.
We need that to happen the other way around. I mean, I'm not advocating for Robert to come in second all the time, but in order for you to win the championship, we need it to be the other way around. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. All right, Jacob, take care, buddy.
See you guys.
Let's bring in Robert Malechka, and here is Robert. You'll be thrilled to know that this, I believe this is the highest strength of field that we've had on a Oval Series broadcast, the 5.6, beating what we did at Indianapolis. I think it was with a 5.4. So thanks for being here, Mr. Pro Series driver. Talk about your race there at the end. Lifted a little bit to make the margin of victory a little bit closer, but really right there towards the end managed to pull away really. And if you didn't lift there at the end to make things look interesting, you probably had it by almost about a second. But talk about your race. A lot of people are out there challenging, and it's my understanding that maybe in an earlier strength of field race, or maybe earlier race that you participated in, maybe you learned a little something from Indy Kirkenbauer instead of the other way around, which we were kind of calling during the race, where we thought maybe he'd be taking notes from you. Maybe you took some notes from him about an earlier race where he stayed out.
Yeah, I mean, first off with that SOF, I don't think really anyone expected that number. New with Hamilton racing, I think Adam Reyes and a few others that usually don't participate race, but I thought it was gonna be maybe like a 5.3, 5.4, if that. But to see that number is great. And I think we put on a really good show with all different strategies there at the end. But I mean, honestly, I have to say it does feel kind of good to win at Homestead. Over the last probably 3-4 years, it's by far my worst 1.5 miler. I've never really jived with it much at all, just kind of how you have to drive it. And had to kind of go to work there after how I raced last night. Blew up my tires really quickly, and spent a few hours just kind of learning what I'm doing wrong finally. I've been kind of putting that aside for the last 3 years to kind of learn how to drive this track. So not all the way there where I'm happy with my pace, but I guess I'm good enough to hold on and win. So that last yellow, right? I mean, I was did a race earlier today, and Indy stayed out in like 25 lap older tires, and it seemed like it was kind of hard to pass because the tires just have a really good launch. So I'm like, okay, well, I know we're like 45 lap older tires, but we were saving that entire stint, right? So, like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. Maybe we get a yellow instantly. It goes from 6 laps to 2. So, I was really surprised that many people stayed out, but I think it worked out for probably half the cars that stayed out. I was able to kind of ride my way to the win there, and I maybe lifted at the line there, but you can't get that info from me.
That was my follow-up question, is that late caution. Were you happy to see as many people that stayed out opting for the track position at the end there? I mean, I guess it's no surprise with all that many people staying out, because how big the strength of field it was here, how evenly matched the entire driver pool is. It's tough to pass. You're up against the best of the best. Everybody's all in, so it's just really tough. So picking up some of those free spots by staying out. So I bet you knew you were going to stay out, right? You probably made that decision early, but you didn't think you're going to have like a 6 or 7 car buffer to kind of offset you a little bit. And that had to brighten you up a little bit when you look behind you and you say, oh, 7 cars stayed out, and the first car with fresh tires is back in P9.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it goes back to before that yellow when we were all kind of fuel saving, because that was a tough save. At least in clean air there, once I passed Jacob, he was kind of struggling with the number, so I went by him right back to map 5, and I wasn't leaving 4th gear that entire time. So I figured, kind of seeing how people were moving through the field before that, I figured Kyle was probably a lap short. Adam was maybe making it. It would have been probably pretty tough for him with how much ground he made up. But since it was like a 50 lap run there before that yellow, I knew we were saving quite a bit of tire with the pace we were going. I mean, I think we were all over half a second off, so we try to make the number. And once I saw that yellow, I'm like, okay, well, either I'm gonna obviously pit and hopefully make up ground, but what I saw the race before, it seemed like there's quite a bit of cold tire understeer, and you kind of get screwed if there's one yellow right away. So
yeah,
I think I chose the safer option in my position, but if it went green 3 more laps, I'd probably lose that race. So yeah.
Well, luckily for you, when you submitted the schedule, you said 75 laps.
Yeah, really, not my 80 that I sometimes do.
Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone who want to say hi to before we let you go?
Honestly, yeah, just to the community for showing up. I mean, I think there were many reactions when we all loaded into the session where it said 5.6K, and it's great to see that on not a non-Indy week, right? I mean, I think we can maybe expect that number to be broken for an Indy week, but for a
I hope so.
random 1.5 miler that honestly doesn't do amazing in participation, but for I guess all the big dogs to show up here and put on a show, hopefully it was good to watch.
Well, congratulations. The last couple of seasons, the winner of the first race typically is in the championship hunt to the end. I'm hearing that maybe we'll see more of you this season. If so, maybe another championship is in the offering for Robert Malashka. But congratulations, and we'll catch you at the next one, whenever that might be, Robert.
Yeah, hoping to run at least half the season, maybe a bit more. So we'll see. But yeah, thanks, guys.
That is Robert Malashka. Lewis, when we saw the original strength of field and I saw that come up, I'm like, 5.6. Are you guys seeing 5.6? And I was like, you guys that I guess didn't see it. I thought I was glitching or something. And then all of a sudden we loaded in. It was legit 5.6. And we see all the names. And we're like, whoa. But being that you are the master calculator, this is going to be a big payday for Robert. Calculate kind of in your mind how much in terms of points he's going to get. And then on top of that, who's your driver of the race? There's a couple candidates out there I'm sure you want to shout out.
Casey Pavolones, he's a lot of people finish on 10 with 10 spot. So Casey Pavolones did 11 spots. So this is the driver of the day or today and the broadcasting. Robert wins 317 points. I thought it's gonna be more because they started the field, but it's 317. So now he is the leader. It's nothing yet. It's really nothing. It's just for the standings. Robert, Oster, Andy, Blocker, Murphy, Clendy, the top six on the standing. So we still have a lot to do. So maybe in the round 6, 7, for sure 8 is when we're thinking about it, who's gonna be the champion. But really impressed about that. So Robert, he started 3 times. He did 3 races this week. He won 1. He did 3 poles. And 1 top 5. So that's the standing so far for Robert. And this week, 223 laps with 93 leading laps, and for Robert and this week. So yeah. So I think I don't have not much to say, to be honest. Very the field was really impressed. It's gonna be about time. We're gonna see. Maybe 1 point, we're gonna see a 6K start the field. I hope one day it's gonna be happen. Now is the chance. We talked about long time ago about the make it the 7K or 8K in iRacing. In IndyCar is difficult because in that time we only used to be 4K iRacing.
Right.
Start the field in the age race. So it's really difficult. If you want to go to 8K, you have to go to NASCAR. Now, it's possible, and it's possible for all of these guys we have over here to have on 1 point. What if how about the 6K set the field for this kind of races? It's really surprised to have a Homestead as 6.6, 5.6 start the field. So really, congratulations for everyone for that race. So see you next week for Richmond, but see you this Thursday, 7:45 from Phoenix at the ERL. I said ERL, the Indy Racing Elite Racing League. Yeah.
There you go. The Elite Racing League 745. We'll be doing a.
By the way, Venezuela 2-0 area.
Okay. Elite Racing League Thursday 7:45 will be the P1 IndyCar Championship race at Phoenix, 250 laps. Justin, final thoughts for here, and then looking forward to Richmond, a track that's been on and off the rumor mill, returning to the schedule for the IndyCar Series, real-life IndyCar Series, not coming back to the series. I think maybe we will see it come back to the series, especially the way that the kind of the doubleheader went with Phoenix, although I hate being the undercard race for NASCAR. But final thoughts for here, and looking forward now to Richmond next on the schedule.
Well, before I get into my final thoughts, I'm going to make a real quick announcement that was announced during the World Baseball Classic in their promo for the Indy 500, the 110th running of the greatest spectacle in racing. Your honorary pace car driver was announced today. That honorary pace car driver is none other than your head coach of the Indiana University Hoosiers
Signetti.
National Football Championship winning team. That is Coach Signetti. He is your honorary pace car driver for the 110th running of the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indianapolis 500-mile race.
I knew they were going to make him either marshal, waving the green flag, doing something, because that guy never has to buy a drink, a meal, or anything in the state of Indiana ever again. So anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. Back to the lecture at hand. I'm kind of surprised we actually had that hot of a track temperature as we did. Not close to where we got with Hot Atlanta a few years ago on the NASCAR mini Daytona, if you will. But all in all, it was a good race. Very good race. Couple of shenanigans here and there, but mainly because hot track temperature, trying to play around with the weight jacker, reset everything to where you can come off of the corners easily, because every now and then those corners, they catch you off guard when you come off of turn 2 or turn 4.
Yeah.
Now, with Richmond, on the other hand, the abrupt drop coming off of turn 2, that's definitely going to catch a number of drivers off guard.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, I think you said it's a night race, if I'm not mistaken.
We will bring that schedule up here, and I'll just put that away and then put the night. Yes, it will be a night race. One of 2 night races this season, Charlotte and Richmond.
Richmond, like you said, it's been on and off the rumor schedule of returning. It was originally supposed to be back in 6 years ago, but a little thing called COVID essentially nuked those plans, if you will. But at least we got to run it in the iRacing IndyCar Series, and even though it was a bit of a wreckfest, it was fun regardless. I kind of wish we would go back there in real life so we can go back to it on iRacing in the IIS, but
that's a good segue. IIS.
But the old saying goes, never say never, especially after the tremendous success we've had we had a couple weeks ago at Phoenix with the doubleheader. Like you said, kind of wish we didn't play second fiddle to the Cup Series. But what came out in the news regarding that? That was the biggest crowd Phoenix Raceway has had since the 1995 Slick 5200, which was won by none other than Robbie Gordon.
That was Robbie Gordon's one and only win. And one more time on the IIS, go ahead and pitch that.
Don't forget, folks, this Saturday, live at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, only on P1 Broadcasting. It is the inaugural running of the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. 100 laps, 180 miles around the streets of St. Petersburg, Florida, for the iRacing IndyCar Series in round 3 of 17. You don't want to miss that one, because it's going to be an absolutely fantastic race. Once again, that is 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, only on P1 Broadcasting, your home for IndyCar racing on iRacing, because at P1, we know what Indy means. Take it away, Gary. Send them home.
All right, we'll send everyone home. Hey, don't go anywhere. Right now, Indy Next is getting ready to go live, as a matter of fact. They are at Motegi for their kickoff of their race 1 of season 2 of 2026 schedule. They are at Motegi right now. Next week, they're at USA International. That ought to be interesting, but they're at Motegi, and that should be an interesting race. So you want to check that out. Don't go anywhere. I have auto redirect set up. You should be automatically, if you have autoplay turned on, redirected to that race as soon as I conclude this one. If not, go back to our main page, and you will see the live thumbnail, and click on that, and it will take you right to the IIS race. All right. Get on out of here. So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium here from Homestead, Miami Speedway, Vice City. Gosh, I hope we get Grand Theft Auto 6 sometime this year. Anyways, Robert Molechka, your winner. Jacob Oster comes home second. Andy Kirkenbauer third. 5.6 strength of field tonight. One of our biggest strength of fields ever here on the channel. Join us again next week for round 2, week 2 of season 2 of 2026 of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split as we head to Richmond Raceway for the 35th time in Indy Fixed and Indy Open history, or Indy Oval history. Coverage will begin around 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, it's 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember, as always, for the correct time in your area, you can find everything right here at YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Hey, we love bringing these races to you, but not easy. Require time and money to produce. If you share our passion for the sport of IndyCar and short our coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, please take time to visit our GoFundMe page. The link is in the description, and donate to our 2026 broadcast fund, or realize times are tough. Any contribution we greatly appreciate it. We thank you for watching and make us part of your Tuesday evenings each and every week. You can pin the link is pinned to chat, and you can also send us super chats as well. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of tonight's race. If you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing a like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while hit the bell for weekly reminders so to miss out on P1's other iRacing programming, including right now. Of course, we got the Indy Next Oval Series currently underway at Motegi, followed by, do we have a followed by tonight? No, I don't think we have a followed by, so just a doubleheader, us and Motegi. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Motegi is next. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. To get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams, to learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook. You can follow them on X and Instagram. All the links you need are in the description. For business inquiries, to learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook. You can follow us on X and Instagram. You can follow all of our social links on Linktree. You can check those out in the description. So, for Justin Petschauer, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at P1, I'm Gary Gotzo saying all good night and thanks for watching. To all our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, and especially those in the air and the sea right now in the Middle East, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again next week at Richmond for the next race of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split right here on P1. Good night, everybody. Stand by from Indy Next from Motegi. Go USA. We'll see ya.